Hey guys, about to do a flashback triple core set. I don't know why it says triple core set 9th edition. Seems a little redundant because all the editions are core sets, but that's what it says. Um, Doing all of the year of flashback, modern flashback drafts. Core sets are kind of interesting because you don't have to know. There's like not real synergies, big synergies that exist like between two separate colors, really, other than like blue white skies always being a thing, I guess. So it's just like cards that are good, and it does it synergies like the least relevant in this kind of set. So it'll be interesting. Before I start the match, I wanted to say that my videos are also posted on paperchampion.net, so you should check out paperchampion.net for other great Magic the Gathering content. And I will be back with you guys when when the draft begins. Actually, that's when I'll be back with you. All right, the draft is beginning. All right, Karplusan Forest increased in value lately. Yes, it is. So that's what we're taking. Cost about, how much can I sell it for? For almost 5 tickets. So that's almost half of what it costs to enter another one of these. So I may as well take it. Other cards here. Blaze is probably the pick if I don't have a Karplusan Forest here. There's also not much fixing in the set. I mean, ideally you would not first pick a Karplusan Forest, but in a world where there's like no fixing except at rare, uh, this is good to take. Root Wall is also very good. So is Blaze. So is Pacifism. So we're passing a lot of good cards, but I got to take the Forest. Okay, Guerrilla Tactics is pretty good. I think that's what I take here. Aladdin's Ring, not so good. We don't have Tron. Actually, Tron is in this set. So if you get assembled Tron, which is pretty unlikely because they're uncommons, although there are 3 packs, the Aladdin's Ring deck could be a thing, I guess. Sift is also pretty good, but I think I go for the removal here in Guerrilla Tactics. Veteran Cavalier is fine. Hill Giant is too. The one thing you do have to know, like, there's not a lot of synergies, like I said, so you don't have to know a lot of the cards necessarily. You know, stuff that looks good just is good. But the one thing that's different is there's way better removal than we're used to, and there's way worse creatures than we're used to, at common and uncommon especially. So things are a little different than they normally are. So as long as you're aware of that, things are okay. Aven Flock's pretty good. What else? If we end up with a bunch of worms, is good. It's either Time Ebb or Aven Flock here. 5 mana 2/3 is pretty huge in this format. Kind of speaks to what I just said about creatures being way worse than they used to be. It can also, pump itself endlessly. It doesn't die to a lot of removal. It can't die to our Guerrilla Tactics already. Quicksand's a nice little utility land, incidentally. Time Ebb. I think I'm gonna take the Flock over Time Ebb. Yeah. Yep. So I mean, we could end up red white. We don't really want to splash an Aven Flock, both because it's not worth it and because it's bad when you only have like 1 planes in play. Is massive and scary. It's also a Chastise though, which is pretty good. Like I said, removal's better and creatures are worse. And this is kind of an indication of that, I think. Although Chastise probably could get printed today. I mean, we've seen Sandblast and Immolating Glare lately for cheaper that don't quite have, the upside that Chastise has, but it's still conditional removal. So yeah, I think it's Chastise over Rootbreaker though. I think having good removal. There are bombs in this format as there are in any, and being able to kill a bomb is a pretty big deal. They're going to be attacking with their bomb anyway, so I like some Chastise. I mean, you do have to leave mana up. There's a real significant cost to that, but yeah. Tidal Kraken. Well, do I just take a Goblin Brigand here? I mean, Elvish Warrior's okay if we ended up going into green instead and splashing red. We could also go Blue-White Skies and take a Sagehaven here, but Guerrilla Tactics is pretty good. But this pack's pretty weak. I mean, I don't really like Sagehaven either. I think it's probably about as good as Goblin Brigand is, and I think I'll just take the Brigand. Who will eventually get himself killed if we play him, of course, but, he's a 2 mana 2/2, which red never gets without a downside, so unlike green. Almost never gets, at least I should say never gets at common. There are, in fact, 2 mana 2/2s that are rare, maybe even an uncommon one here or there. I think red and white probably have some of the best removal in the format. So that's nice. Order of the Sacred Bell is quite good, though. Sandstone Warrior's not bad, though. But not as good as Order of the Sacred Bell. We have 2 creatures who really want. I don't know. I mean, the double cost plus this is kind of a pain. And Order of the Sacred Bell is a pretty strong card. It's one of the better green commons, maybe the best green common. You just saw me draft it in Kamigawa block, maybe. I don't remember. I drafted it a few times. I don't remember if it was in the videos I posted. But yeah, I think I'll take it. I mean, it could end up going green-red, splashing Chastise, or green-white, splashing like Guerrilla Tactics. So either of those could happen. Okay, Pegasus Charger solidifies me in white. Zealous Inquisitor is pretty nice too, but I like me some flyers. Kami of Old Stone is a nice blocker on the ground in a Skies deck. Doesn't die to much, and it can block basically everything. I think it's what I take here. Hollow Dogs is nice, but I don't think we're black. Angelic Blessing can be good, but you really have to be careful with it, obviously. So yeah, we'll take Kami. You have to wait till your opponent's tapped out, basically. Okay, so Dream Prowler, meh. I think we just take Balduvian Barbarians, and that probably officially puts us in green-white. I mean, we could splash an Order of the Sacred Bell, but I'm not keen on splashing. I mean, he's good for a common, but he's not so powerful that I need to splash. So I mean, we're not going to have tons of flyers, so maybe Kami of the Old Stone won't be quite as good as I was hoping, but 4 mana, 1/7. It's pretty big. Okay, so this pack is bad. There are enchantments to blow up in this format, though. This isn't one of them, but Dehydration, Pacifism. So I'll take a good sideboard card. Zodiac Monkey's not bad, but I don't think it's what I want. I'll take a Holy Strength, I guess. I don't really want it, but that's what I'll take. So yeah, we have a pretty aggressive deck. I mean, I think I probably still end up playing the Kami because, well, here's a red flyer. It's not one I love, but it's not completely terrible. Reflexes. I guess I'll take it. It is in my colors. So we just have to win 1 round basically to break even here with our Karplusan Forest. Let someone have flight. And I'll take a forest. Don't have enough of those. So Sky Raider may actually make our deck. Flowstone Slide. It's just so expensive. There's a shock though. So there's that, but yeah, it's just so expensive. Treasure solid. Some of these matchups can end up being grindy enough that you want something like that. Kavu Climber is really good in terms of drawing you cards. And Trained Armadon's nice too. But they made sure, I mean, I would probably splash a Kavu Climber if it weren't double green, but they made sure you couldn't splash it. But I think I just take shock. Infantry Veterans, fine. Circle Detection Black obviously is a sideboard card, but I think I'd rather take the good removal here. We don't get removal like shock anymore either. I guess Wild Slash was the closest thing. I mean, Wild Slash actually is shock with upside, but it's also an uncommon. Mortivore is real good if you're black, but I think we take a Naba Shaman here. It's a very good card. The white in here really isn't worth talking about. I like Flowstone Shambler. It's like a flexible 3 mana 2/2. It can be a 3/1 when he needs to be. Rampant Growth's nice fixing that we don't really see it common anymore. Speaking of stuff we don't see. So if we were like base green, I'd think about taking it. But a Naba Shaman's real good, so. A repeatable ping ability usually is, even if you have to pay 1 red for it. So white's not looking amazing. So there's some chance we move over into red-green or something, which our land will have. I mean, we could splash white for Chastise. Oh, Wildfire. That's one of my favorite cards. All right, well, now there's a Leon and Sky Hunter, so what am I talking about here about white not being open? The Sky Hunter is very good. Sandstone Warrior, another one, is good, but it's no Leon and Hunter. Wildfire, would it be fun to like first pick one and really try to build a control deck around that thing? I had back in the days of Extended, a red-green Wildfire deck when like they were 9th edition Wildfires, and that was pretty fun for me. Obviously, getting your lands destroyed isn't. There are Stone Rains in this too, so we could really get there, but I don't really want to force that. Oh, Felwar. There's also an even Cloud Chaser, who's pretty solid, but Felwar Stone can really ramp us. I mean, it can let us play some higher drops than we might normally want to. Hey, Millstone. Is Millstone worth something? No. Disappointment. Okay, so Felwar Stone. There's also Threaten and Stone Rain. No, just kidding. It's either Cloud Chaser, which it's worth noting has to destroy an enchantment. So if we get Pacifism, has some dyssynergy there. But Felwar Stone and Threaten are probably the two I'm trying to decide between here. I think I want the Stone. Yeah. I mean, it's going to let us, maybe even shave a land off of our deck, depending on it probably will let us shave a land off of the deck if we just have a curve like this one. But if we end up with a higher curve, then it still lets us shave a land off in a way. We probably only have to play 17 if we end up with a highest curve. So it's pretty nice. I don't think it's worth anything, even though it's a commander staple. It's like there's like a million of them around. Well, it's worth 3 cents. That's more than Millstone was worth, so that's a thing. Gift of Estates. Kind of fun. Gravedigger, pretty good. I may go for Gift of Estates here. It's better than it looks. You mean drawing 3 cards is usually a good thing. You don't have to try that hard. Like you can just play it on your turn 3 after your opponent's gone first, and it snags you 3 lands. I think I like it more than another Sky Raider. Don't really want Holy Day either. Rogue Kavu's okay. So maybe I should take a Rogue Kavu. I mean, it's a 2 mana, 3/1 sort of. If we had a higher curve, this would probably be better, but I think I'm just going to go for the aggressive creature. Okay, Venerable Monk is not terrible. Could splash a Scaled Worm, but I'd rather splash like a Craw Worm, although I think it's double green, so that's not ideal. Yeah, I'll just get a Venerable Monk here. Yeah, I'll get don't want Raging Goblin. We have a bunch of double whites now. Okay, so Hill Giant versus Foot Soldiers. I think we go with Hill Giant. Flowstone Slide comes back to us. On the off chance we can actually run it, I guess it's not awful, but probably not going to be able to run it. But none of these other cards are for us, really. So, and I don't think I own a Flowstone Slide. Okay, so there's Spirit Link, there's Warrior's Honor, which is a decent trick. Actually, I thought it cost 2. It's a little less good than I was thinking. I think I'd probably take Spirit Link. It's like a pseudo removal spell. It can shut down some problem creatures, while also I can use it offensively if I have to. So that's nice. Okay. This is a decent trick, but not one I love. I think I'd rather have an Angelic Blessing, which you probably play one of. I'll take a Sky Raider. I doubt you're going to make it, though. I mean, you definitely have to wait till your opponent's tapped out, but it can definitely get you in for the last damage you need. The downside about it is, I mean, Mighty Leap or something like that's better because it's an instant, so it may not make our deck, but the idea of Angelic Blessing like a Hill Giant for the win is pretty nice. Or even like a Rogue Kavu, like that hits pretty hard. All right, we'll take a Holy Day. Maybe we want to side it in. It's in our colors at least. Let's open a Blood Moon. Then we don't have to worry about even winning a round, man. You can just live off of that for forever. Wouldn't mind Wrath of God, both because it's worth a decent amount of money and it would be incredible in our deck. It's incredible in any deck, so. Let somebody play a Bog Imp. We're happy with people playing a 2 mana, and I'm okay with a Demystify, although we already have one, so we may not really need a second Demystify. Mog Sentry. Not really what we're looking for. Ooh, this thing's good. If we were blue, I'd be all over that. Second Felwar Stone. This pack's bad for us. I mean, Mog Sentry's okay. It's a 1-mana 1/1 who has a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of upside. Do I just want another Felwar Stone? I mean, I do have reasons to have extra mana, although I didn't take any of the... I mean, Aven Flock needs my opponent to have a Plains for that to work. Slay's a really good sideboard card if you're in black. I mean, Lava Axe is a thing, but it's like a bad Angelic Blessing. That's how I think of that. So, don't really want to be first picking one. I think I'll just take a Felwar Stone. Opens up more possibilities for us. I mean, if I were blue, I would definitely be all over Aven Windreader, but I'll take a foil Felwar Stone. Ooh, gosh, why are all the good blue cards coming? Okay, there's a Flowstone Crusher, another Rokavu, and another Shock. So I think I have to take the Shock, but it can kill a lot in the format. This pack's a pretty good illustrator of that. Can't kill... This pack's actually got higher toughness than I think the average toughness would be in this set, but I think we have to take another Shock. Ooh. Well, I think I'm okay with a Thundermare. I mean, it does tap your creatures too, which is something I feel like I've forgotten at times in the past, and I wouldn't want you to forget. But you can play it like second main phase after you've smashed, so it has some downside, but a 6-mana 5/5 with haste can just end a game too, so I'm perfectly okay with it. I like a removal. We don't have a pacifism, sadly. This thing, crossbow infantry, is nice, though. So I think I like it more than the chariot or the lightning elemental, who are both fine, but I think I like the infantry more. I wish we got looters like this at uncommon. Still, it's pretty good. But yeah, we'll just take a crossbow infantry here. I like the look of our deck. I don't think we're going to end up playing that because we don't have like a good green card to splash. We're a fairly aggressive deck. Don't know that I'm going to end up wanting 2 Felwar Stones, but obviously I'll play the foil one if I play one. I don't know that I want Angelic Blessing either. Hopefully we can find some. Root Wall is really good. Here's a Sandstone Warrior, but there's also another Balduvian Barbarians, and I feel like that's just better. Oh, there's also a Skyhunter Prowler, though. I think I'd rather have the Prowler. That Flying Vigilance, you know, is good. 3. It'd be better if we had some of the equipment. We didn't open a Loxodon Warhammer, and we haven't seen a Volshock Morningstar, which is, I think, a common, but it's such a high pick. It can fit into any deck, so. Yep. Another Prowler, which is kind of disappointing because it would have been nice. Well, I could make a Sand. He can do some stuff, but he's also kind of hard to cast with the double red, and we have mostly double white at this point, so I think I'm just going to take another Prowler. No, I think I take a Balduvian Barbarians over like a Suntail Hawk. I mean, playing this on turn 2 means we can play like a Naba Shaman on turn 4. It'd be nice to have some more 4s, I guess, for that purpose, but this may just be our deck. Let's see if we pick up any more playables in these last few packs, but I'm pretty okay with this deck. We got a rare. That's not the most exciting one. It's one with a fair amount of downside, but it taps down the opponent's creatures too. I mean, it hurts you first generally because of the way that works. Sarah's Blessing, no thank you. And I guess I'll take another Hill Giant. I'll stick it here for now. But I kind of doubt I'll play it. I mean, maybe I cut a Barbarian. Like, in a world where I have Felwar Stone, especially. And he's easier to cast because he's not double red. And we have things we want to play in turn 2. Okay, so another Angelic Blessing. Here I do think I take Lava Axe. Maybe we end up wanting it. Our deck is aggressive enough that we can, like, end the game. I mean, we have Lava Axe and 2 Shocks and Guerrilla Tactics. So we have 11 points of burn. So it may be worth running Lava Axe. If I did, I'd probably cut like a Sky Raider. Our deck's actually pretty resilient to shock, but most people's won't be. Yeah, I'll take a Rogue Kavu. And some Foot Soldiers. I think it's more of a sideboard card against an opponent where Hill Giant's just bad, but I mean, I think I'd rather just have some more early, like, Rogue Kavu-like things and have a Lava Axe. I mean, I could probably cut this Brigand and put the Lava Axe in, though. Could be the plan. Chariot's fine. I'll stick it here for now. Question is whether I'd rather have it or a Monk. I think the answer is probably the Chariot. Goblin Balloon Brigade. All right. Don't think we want that. Again, if we had a couple pieces of equipment, we probably would. But then I'll take a flight and an island. All right, so there's some thinking to do. I mean, there's certain things we could choose to run and certain things we could choose to not run. I think having lots of twos is good in this format. So, I mean, it'd be. I kind of wish I had some combat tricks, but they're not super prevalent outside of green in these olden days of Magic. White has a few that we saw, but I don't like most of them. So, would I rather have Goblin Chariot or Balduvian Barbarians? I think the answer is the Barbarians. Does make our mana a little trickier, but I don't think we want 2 Felwar Stones, do we? Do we want 2 Felwar Stones? Maybe we do. It's pretty good. I mean, playing these 4s, this 5, and this 6 earlier, or playing 2 spells in a turn because we have Felwar Stones, pretty nice. And I guess I would cut. I mean, I may even be able to get away with 16 lands, especially if I cut like. And maybe just Kami of Old Stone isn't really what we need in this deck. Although, I mean, a good blocker is good in any deck, really. And at least that one has 1 power. So, but I could cut like a Hill Giant. That puts us. I mean, I don't have to cut a Hill Giant if I want to run 16 lands. What does it try to do if we run 16? 8 and 8. It worries me a little bit with 2/2-drop double whites. But we just have so many 2s and 3s and 2 Felwar Stones to help us with the other stuff. I'm going to try to run 16, I think. Try to get away with that. Well, when you have Aven Flock, do you really want to be running 16 lands? I mean, I guess I do. I guess so. Let's give this a try. See how badly we get mana screwed. All right. Well, that was the draft. I'll see you guys in round 1. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.